Hey y'all, Christine here and welcome to the Gypsy Kitchen. Today we're going to be working on conditioning and seasoning a brand new granite, pestle, and mortar. This one in particular is a Chef Sophie extra large 8-inch. It's got a 5-cup capacity, complete granite unpolished. It's quite a bit heavy. I got this one on Amazon for $80. They have a 6-inch granite pestle and mortar, and it goes for about 40 bucks. I'll stick a link down in the video. This one comes with 2 pestles, one large, rather heavy, and one smaller one here. When you get them being raw granite like this, they're quite powdery, and you want to wash it. And I already did with this one. I've washed it and I've ground it with water in it a bit here to try to get some excess dust off. As you can see, there's, just from going around here, some dust. Now the point of conditioning this is to make sure that there's no powder and stuff inside your food, no rock residue and or granite junk inside what you're trying to make, because you want your food to be food and not have a bunch of dirt and stuff in it. Granite is perfectly safe to use there. I mean, these things have been around since forever, and I love using them. I haven't had one in years. I had a pumice style one that I got for like 30 or 40 bucks years ago, and it lasted me forever. But I really wanted something a little less porous, and granite is a bit more expensive. So is marble. I didn't want to get marble because marble seems to be too smooth, and I really want to be able to get in and grind my herbs and stuff. I don't want to just smash them, and this one I feel will do a real good job. So for starting with conditioning here, we're going to take this and we're going to add some white rice to it, and we're going to grind away, and it takes a lot of elbow grease, about an hour or so of constant grinding. And the point not necessarily is to get this into a fine powder, but to try to get the rice product to be as white as possible. So we'll grind until we start to see this rice turn gray. And then after the rice turns gray, we'll go ahead and empty it out, rinse it out, dry it. It has to be dry or you'll make a paste. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. And then do it again and again and again, however long it takes for your white rice to remain white after powdering it. And then after it's done, we'll go ahead and season it. Now, you don't necessarily have to season your mortar, but it's nice. If you're using a lot of herbs and stuff and you're doing it for herbs, seasoning's a good idea. You don't want to use oils or anything that will really absorb in here. You never ever want to wash it with soap. Hot water only. Hot water only. Go ahead and use a bristle brush, just hot water, and I mean, it's good to go. Think of it kind of like a cast iron skillet, except for when you're seasoning a cast iron skillet, you use oil. You don't want to do that with this, because then it'll make whatever dry ingredients you have want to soak into it. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and tilt the camera here so you can see what we're doing. And get a good view. There we go. Can you see that? Nice. Alright, is that even? Even enough? Good. So I'm going to take this white rice here and add it to my bowl. And I'm going to start with this big one. Okay, adjust my light. Start with this big one. And we're just going to go right on in. Now my hands don't work. I've had to have carpal tunnel surgery and stuff. They get hurt, and tires sore pretty easily, so I'll be lapsing this video over a couple days, maybe even a few days, and then mesh them all together so you can see the end results here. Now I already washed this one. I don't know if I had said that already, and yes I did, and give it a little grind and rinse. You want to do that before you start because there's already a lot of excess powder stuck to the granite, just from shipping and handling and the factory. I like the dry method best because you can really see what's going on. When you're using the wet method, a lot of people prefer it, but I don't. You can't really tell what's going on, and you might as well, what seems to me, is just be mushing more paste into porous holes, and we just want to actually get all that powder out, not shove it into more holes. This one's pretty smooth. I try to get up to about right here, because that's where, if you're coming at a side angle, I mean, you see where that scratch surface is? That's about how high you want to go ahead and go. And I'll switch between this one and this one, because you also got to go ahead and condition the bottoms of these too. See in there? Doing pretty good. So far, I don't see it changing color. This, like I said, it came pretty smooth. Normally I see it pretty dirty. Another reason why I like grinding with a little bit of water first before really going at it. Make sure you have it dried out all the way. So you want to try to be as random as possible. I know for the most part you've seen me kind of just go at it in one direction and then with the other hand in the other direction, or switch. But at the same time you want to be able to make sure that you get some awkward movements, so that way you make sure you hit every single spot. So feel free to get kind of haphazard with it from time to time. It's nice to come in like this and do like a full circle. Ouch. Watch your fingers. Oh Lord, I need to do my nails. This is the first time I had ever applied gel polish to my bare nails, and I can't get it off for anything, so I'm just waiting for it to run its course. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and switch from the large to the small pestle here and give this one a go, because you can see that this has gone from rice to a much smaller rice and a bit of powder. my video cut off on me, and I'm assuming it's because I had run out of space on my phone. Alright, so this is pretty fine here. Honestly, I really expected it to be pretty gray. And it's not. It's still white, which is great for me. It means I have a lot less work that I need to do with this, and I'm done. And typically that's not what happens. So they did a really good job at kind of sanding this down inside before it came to me. And then, like I said, when I went to go wash it for the first time to get all the powder off, I went ahead and ground it with some water. Less than 5 minutes, really. This typically would be gray, like slate gray, and not pretty, and you'd want to do it a couple of times. And I was grinding for just over 15 minutes. It was like a 21-minute video that I was recording, and I was talking in the beginning, so about 15 minutes. I'm gonna call that done, and I'm gonna go ahead and pause this here and then get some herbs, and we're gonna go ahead and season it, okay? I'll be right back. Alright y'all, I'm back. So I went ahead and gathered my herbs. I want to go ahead and let you know now that whatever you decide to season this with, and whatever you continue to cook with or use your pestle and mortar with, is going to carry over to the next meal, whatever flavor it was that you had put in here. Especially when you first season it, you want to pick stuff that you use on a regular basis, things that you use all the time. Now, I cook with a wide variety of herbs, but they all seem to tend to lay within the same kind of flavor category. I would put curry in here. I'm skipping that today because I can add curry to taste based off of what I'm making and what I'm in the mood for. Then, for the most part, I want these herbs, and I did pick a big variety to carry over in my meals. Today I got 2 cloves of garlic. I normally cook with a lot of garlic. I'm not going to bother peeling these because we're not keeping anything that we season with today. That stuff's just going to go in the trash. It's purely for seasoning and flavoring our pestle and mortar. So we don't need to worry about peeling these cloves here. And I only need 2 because that paste is really going to get around. I've got some rosemary. I use a lot of that. Now, I cook a lot of Indian food, a lot of Thai food, a lot of Asian foods in general, a lot of Mexican. So I picked a lot of flavors that can carry over and mesh well to season this one here. I've got some star anise and some 2 whole cloves here. I'm going to throw that in. I got some Thai basil from the garden. I got some, I believe they're called Pequin chilies. They're quite hot for itty bitty little things. Some white peppercorns. Some tarragon. Some fennel seed. Some mustard seed, some red pepper, and then here we've got cilantro. Now typically I would put cumin inside a lot of my cooking. That's a very strong flavor, and I do have some strong flavors in here, but I don't put comino or cumin in everything that I make, so I'm leaving that out just like with the curry. Alright, so let's go ahead and start seasoning that. Put these in the sink. Oh, actually, I got some salt here. I want to add some salt. Season that up. Get a generous amount of salt in there. I'm going to start with this big one here so we can crush this garlic. so we got cut off at some point. Apparently my phone memory is full yet again. It happens a lot. So it already smells pretty good. We're gonna go ahead and finish this, I guess, quickly. Nice, you can see it getting wet from the garlic and the herbs there. That's exactly what we want. Alright, so this one's pretty big and it's hard to move around. We got that nice and seasoned. We'll get a rag and wipe that off later. Go ahead and use this little one. Get it into the sides real good. Ah, it smells so good. I want you guys to go ahead and write in the comments and let me know what you're seasoning yours with. How good is that? Look at that, isn't that beautiful? Now I'm hungry. That's quite lovely. Alright, so now at this point, and can you see, you'd be able to take this stuff out, dump it, rinse it with some hot water. Rinse with some hot water. You don't want to go washing it. Don't put soap in it. If you put soap in it, this rock is porous. It's going to carry over and put soap in everything you make with it. So please don't use soap. Hot water only. And then let it dry out. Even though you're rinsing with hot water, the flavors from the seasoning will still stick and it will adhere to the pestle or pestles and mortar, and you really got something special to go ahead and cook with from here on out. Alright, so if you enjoyed today's video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up and maybe follow us if you haven't done so already, and I can't wait to look and see you guys next time. Bye.